Exactly 1 year ago, I attempted to move into a place with a reputable company in Abuja and was unable to do so, was promised a 100% refund, and to date, I have not gotten my money. Hey guys, the new Nigerian here, aka Daniela Marie. So I am coming back again. I told you guys that I was going to do better of documenting my journey this go around. So 100%, I'm about to flood y'all with videos. So the video I want to talk about today is, are Nigerians scammers? And I feel like this topic is really, really juicy. So I wanted to make sure that I made a video about my own thoughts, impressions, and comments first. And then I'm going to expand the conversation to have some of my friends who are Nigerian in the conversation. That way we can have dialogue. So it's not just a one-sided thing. So this is part one or precursor to what's to follow. So are Nigerians scammers? I think they are, right? So I think that the disconnect to the rest of the world is the definition of the word scammer. And I'll say that I think that for Nigerians, I think that intention has a lot to do with scammers, or whether or not they see themselves as scammers. So if the intention wasn't to scam, then they don't believe it to be falling into the category of scammers. And I'll say that for the rest of the world, intention doesn't matter, right? So if what you do is take someone's money, even if that wasn't your intention from the beginning, but it is the end result, you are a scammer. I'll give an example. So I rented a place in Abuja from a reputable company. Like, this wasn't some shady something. You didn't know where they were. Like, so before anybody goes into my comments and tell me I didn't do my due diligence, I did. Not only did I meet with them, I had another of my Nigerian friends meet with them. I went to their office building. I did the works. I looked them up online. I did my research. So I rented this house, and for starters, they were starting by like, okay, even when I told them that the money was coming, I was like, can you just go ahead and start cleaning the house? Because I wanted to move in by Monday. So let's say now it's like Wednesday, Thursday, and I wanted to move in by Monday. So I was like, all right, I'm about to go ahead and move the money. So then something happened. It delayed the money coming, but I was like, can you go ahead and just clean the house? Like, not like let me move in, but can you go ahead and start cleaning the house so that come Monday it's good? So he was like, no, they can't clean the house until they get the money. I thought that was crazy, to be fair. Like, why can't you clean the house? You have to clean it anyway. So what's the issue with cleaning it? So then the very first day, moved in the house. The house was told to have solar panels installed. So to those of you who know, like, I don't live anywhere that doesn't have 24/7 lights. So the whole power outages stuff, like, I don't really like that. I don't mind the power going out, but I do need the gens to kick in immediately. So with that being said, I rented this house. It was in Abuja, reputable businessman. He's even gotten Entrepreneur of the Year before. And the very first night in the house, the NEPA goes out. And not even did the NEPA go out because NEPA took the light. It went out because there was no more money on the NEPA that they had initially put on there, only to learn that the NEPA meter itself didn't even work at the house. And I was like, where are the solar panels that are supposed to kick in? So I say something to the owner, and the owner was like talking to me as if I lied, that the agent who works for his company never told me that there were solar panels, which seems really, really odd, because I'm like, why would I lie about that? So he then encourages me to go to a hotel while he figured this out. The agent didn't get back to him till the following Monday. So this was a Friday that this happened. So Friday night this happened. I had to wait all the way until Monday. So I was literally in a hotel. And then all of a sudden now he's like gotten to speak with the agent. He says that there was an issue with the agent. Now the agent has like a corner office in his company. This wasn't like somebody who he wasn't affiliated with. Like, literally he works for you, somebody in a high up corner office. Like, so to suggest that he didn't know or it was an honest mistake, I don't believe that. not one bit. So going a step further, you've received, to those of you who don't know, you have to pay for the year when you move in. So you received my money for the year. And now that I'm in this house, there's no lights, there's no anything, and there's nothing you could do to fix it because the NEPA meter was bad. He came over thinking that I didn't know how to load the NEPA meter. So then he sent money to the NEPA, still didn't get a token. It wasn't me, it was something wrong with the meter. So we have no solar panels, no NEPA meter, and no NEPA. So the house wasn't livable. So then he said, now mind you, this happened on my very first day there. So there was no nights in this house. So then he sends me a letter. The letter, I want to say, was dated May 23rd, 2023. And it said that, they'll issue me a 100% refund of my money by June 2023. To those of you who don't know, today's date is what's today's date? May 22nd, 2024. So literally the 365th day from this whole ordeal. So exactly 1 year ago, I attempted to move into a place with a reputable company in Abuja and was unable to do so, was promised a 100% refund, and to date, I have not gotten my money. Now, I say this to say that during this 1 year period, I have repeatedly tried to get my money back from this guy. This guy is on Instagram telling other people how to be entrepreneurs. He is on Instagram talking about God. He's looking real good. He's just one of these guys that if you saw him, you would believe him to be a businessman and doing well. And I say that to say, to me, this is a scammer. To the rest of the world, this is a scammer. So when people are like, no, Nigerians are not scammers. I think that when Nigerians hear the word scammers, in their mind, it involves intentionality and or the use of credit cards. And I think that the definition is very much limited to Nigerians to that, but to the rest of the world, it is not. When you move in a manner that is deceitful, when you move in a manner in which you are found to lie, when you move in a manner to which you act to somebody else's disadvantage to your own advantage, and without fairness, without real logic, and you're thinking that your sorries and these other things are fair exchanges, they are not. And that makes you a scammer. So I think because of the number of immoral things that happen, the number of irrational ways in which people are handling their business, this person undoubtedly, in my mind, is a scammer. You will never convince me. I don't care how good he look on social media. I don't care how many other houses he sells, how many other business transactions he's engaged in. You took my money. And a year later, I didn't even have my money back from a house that I never got to enjoy. You're a scammer, sir. And I don't even care because I know in the past he's even threatened to take legal action against me, calling him a scammer. But I'm a defense to defamation is if you're telling the truth. You can't defame somebody if you're telling the truth. I have receipts, I have conversations, saved. I'm not a fool. I'm not going to come on here and say something that I can't support. And 100% in my mind, and by the definition to which I use when I look up scammer in the dictionary, you're a scammer. So I say that to say, there are so many people here who move just as foul in their business transactions, in their dealings, and even in the most common, in the most common occurrences, if you meet somebody and you use false pretenses to get them to do what you want them to do, that's a scammer. I say that to say, I've met girlfriends who are telling me that they meet these guys and they believe that the guys already have wives and families in Nigeria, but they're talking to them in America because they want a green card and they think that they're just using them to get a green card so that they could bring their families over and stuff. I don't agree with any of that, and I would call every last one of them a scammer because you're engaging in scammer-ish behavior. Now, what I will say is I think you should probably, I'm from America, So I literally don't care what two people do as long as they're consenting, open, and honest about it. If you want to cheat, if you want to have 8 wives, if you want to have no wives, I don't care what you do. But I do think that you should move in a way in which is honest and you allow everybody else to make the decision for themselves. So if you meet somebody and they're thinking that they just found their Prince Charming, or they're thinking they just found their husband or whatever, and you try to manipulate them in order to get them to give you a visa or an invitation or anything that benefits you, and you've used lies, deceits, or half-truths, or whatever you call it, in order to get them to do what you want them to do, 100% that's a scammer. And I think that that's why the rest of the world sees Nigerians as scammers. Now, I will also say, before you come running in these comments, I met good people here, right? There are good people everywhere. That's not to say that 100% of the people are scammers. Do I think a large majority of people here move in an immoral way and in some form or fashion engage in something that I would probably see as scammerish behaviors? That's probably accurate. But that doesn't take away that I've met good people. That doesn't take away that the people who I have had give me such great experiences that still make me choose to be here. But if you ask me, do I think that Nigerians are scammers? No, I do. But I think that if you wanted to have this conversation with me, and anybody who really wants to debate and go back and forth in the comments, you don't even have to go back and forth in the comments. You can find our email, or you can find our website and send an email to the contact us on the website. And I am very much happy to get you on, if you want to be on a YouTube channel, if you want to be on a podcast episode, if you want to have a conversation with me because you think that your perspective or what you have to say is going to drive the conversation forward, by all means, I'm willing to do that. But what I'm not finna do with y'all is go back and forth in the comments about my opinion. Again, I said what I said. But by no means am I saying that everybody is bad. But I do think that if you were to ask me for the overarching majority and why the rest of the world sees Nigerians the way they do, it's because of that type of behavior. And don't bother asking me about this person's name, because when the time is right, I'll put his name out there. I'll blast all his information when the time is right. But for right now, I was more so using this story to prove a point. But I do think that I will try to share more individual circumstances so that it'll help people kind of identify things that I see as scammer behavior. So that it's not something where you're like, oh, well, that wasn't a scammer. That wasn't a scammer. That was a scammer. I'm literally using the same definition. It doesn't have to involve credit cards, and your intentions never matter. If the outcome is scammer behavior, then it's scammer behavior. So that's it for this video, guys. Let's see. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, talk to me. I'm always watching you guys' comments, talking back to you. I am always open for dialogue and discussion. This isn't something where I'm intending to make anybody feel bad, but I am trying to be very honest about my own experiences here in hopes that it kind of improves for other foreigners in this space, and even helps people to understand before they get here what to expect. So that's pretty much it. So talk to you later, guys. Bye.